All right. Hello, everybody. Joe Swerner here. I'm your host for today, and I am the holiday gnome that is putting all of your fences back together for the next couple of weeks while we take a vacation. And with us today is as always, is our very high energy holiday cheerbringer, Mr. Geoffrey Card.
I'm reacting because my game has started making gunshot sounds. I need to remember to pause it because I'm kind of traumatized because well, I did manage to survive the game that I was playing on last week's stream on my personal channel. I just got my first full community wipe, and I am now terrified of zombies forever. So look forward to that today while we're playing.
Well, that's good because on my personal channel, I've completed 3 of the 4 legacy boons unlocks on lethal, and probably sometime tonight or the rest of this week, I'm going to finish my 4th and final, which is the Sheriff Legacy, which you guys are going to see, uh, which you guys are going to see us start sort of here today.
Yeah, I've had to back up into Nightmare Zone. Like I think that I can actually handle Nightmare Zone now. I've been training myself up. I don't think I can Legacy on Lethal yet. That's just going to be a fun little experiment. Me playing in Lethal for a few minutes at a time and then just getting annihilated.
Absolutely, absolutely annihilated. I love annihilation. That's why we're here, right? Speaking of annihilation, folks, we've got some stuff to give away. We're going to be doing 4 giveaways throughout the hour. Um, all you have to do in order to enter is you only have to type exclamation point enter once. We will not be resetting after each giveaway. Once you're in until you win or it's over. 4 people will be getting the following. 1, the Apocalyptic Pack. If you've never seen this, I think this is the Pizza Cat, or maybe that's the next one. But the Apocalyptic Pack is a lot of fun. All right, that might actually be the Jeep. I don't remember which one. Anyway,
That's a bunch of stuff you can get from the radio commands,
yeah,
right? So basically,
exactly,
you'll give you a code. It'll unlock a radio command that will give you a whole bunch of awesome, unique stuff. That's the only way you can
exactly. And then there's the SHT, whatever this pack,
get it. SHTF.
SHTF. I kind of feel like we could probably say it on stream. It's not really cursing,
Maybe.
but
I don't. Sometimes,
yeah,
sometimes folks in our audience are like, "Hey, can you keep the cursing down a little bit?"
yeah.
You know,
Well,
not really my vibe.
well, okay, all right, all right. We're not cursing. We're just saying the title of the thing. But all right. And then of
Yeah,
course the piece de la resistance is the I said that wrong because I'm not French. But and the State of Decay soundtrack via Steam. 4 lucky people today are going to be getting all 3 of those. So that means 12 items given away to 4 different people. Happy holidays, everybody. We're glad you're here.
So I've got 4 alarms set on my phone to remind us when to do these giveaways. So this is going to go off, and we're going to just pop into whatever we're doing, and we're going to announce a giveaway.
Perfect. Okay. So, on with the show. I think that's all of the introduction stuff. Oh no, I didn't say it. Um, let's see. So, we're going to be looking up at the bundle up pack. I've prepared um, I've prepared a short slideshow of my own personal characters dressed up in stuff that I had from last year when this was last available. The custom impaler actually comes from the Doomsday pack, which was part of the Ultimate Edition Scar. Um, let's see. And then secondly, we're going to be talking about ideas for building a strike team or what it will take to unlock the boons in a lethal zone. So I've got a crack team that I take in. I don't like losing survivors. I don't like losing, period. And so we're going to talk a little bit about my decision making process, who they are, why they go with me everywhere, and then, as alluded to earlier, if you do decide to join me, which will be in the links on YouTube or Twitch or somewhere in the channel description, uh, feel free to join me as I finish up my Sheriff Legacy. And I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah.
We'll have a few videos, and that's pretty much it. Okay, So,
But then you and I are going to actually get into the game and play a little bit in Lethal Zone, right?
yeah,
You're going to show me how much better you are at it than I
that's
am.
good. Well, hopefully, I'm not necessarily showing you that I'm better, but just that I can save your butt when you get in trouble. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, Geoffrey.
Whatever it
It's
takes.
lethal, right? And it's Christmas, so we might still. I'm sorry, holidays. It's the holidays, so I might still need to give the people what they want and let you die. I mean, nothing.
We're going to kill this entire community that I've been streaming for the past year. It's going to be great.
All right. So, all right, here we go. Let's get on with the slideshow. All right, so a little bit more different part of this Kevin Pun work here. You can see that he has chosen to put us in the starter house of Drucker County. However, let's get started on this. All right, so here we go. Here's the slideshow. So our first survivor is Dot. This is Dot, and you can see she's dressed up in the Anna in a candy cane sweater that is a homage to one of our favorite zombie musical comedies called Anna and the Apocalypse. And so anyway, candy cane sweater. She's also got the ice axe there on her back, and she's hanging out in Drucker County. So.
And the reason we're showing this to you, by the way, is because we're about to tell you when the bundle up pack is going to be coming back. So all the stuff that you're looking at on these characters, this is stuff you're going to be able to put on your characters very, very soon.
Oh, right. And Geoffrey, I remember now. What's that? I remember now why I chose this picture. So she's got the ice axe on her back. She's got the candy cane sweater. She's got the knit ear flap hat. But there's something I can't quite tell what that is on her leg. It looks like some kind of rugged 9mm pistol.
Okay, you'll have to tell me more about that.
So it's the M9. Thank you, something visit. Nice, good guess. All right, so she's got the M9. She's got a no. It's definitely got an advanced suppressor. I don't run with anything less. So
you show this character partly to see the outfits, but partly because are we actually going to see this person in action
today? No.
Is this one of your main characters? We're gonna. Oh no. Okay,
no.
Never mind.
No, this community is not ready for lethal yet.
Okay, gotcha.
So she has the M9. She's got the ice axe, and she's got the cool sweater. But seriously, if you guys haven't seen Anna and the Apocalypse, and you're looking for something zombie related, while you're also playing SOD 2, please check it out. It's great entertainment.
It's on my queue. I haven't even watched it yet, but I've heard it's really good.
It is, if you like zombies.
Yes, I do like zombies.
So
what else we got?
So let's see. We've got 4 other ugly sweaters. Uh-oh. No. Why did it do that?
Hello.
Okay, I'm not sure why it did that. So we'll have to be careful to not do that.
He really doesn't look like he's happy that you put him in that sweater.
He's perfectly happy. The problem is he's standing on a rock at that point in time, and so he's trying to decide whether or not he wants to jump down off of this rock. And as you can see, it's rapidly approaching nightfall in Drucker County, which is always, if we're talking about things that are terrible portents, nightfall in Drucker County is one of them. Like you just don't. Sometimes you're wondering if you're going to make it to the next day. That's why you need these lights to show you the way.
Yeah, so that sweater is one of my favorite things in the game, and I always try to find somebody in my community to put it on because it lights up so beautifully at night. And what is this? Oh, I think it might be time for a giveaway. So I think Megan is about to hit draw a name, and it's going to pop up in chat who won. I haven't actually been watching the chat, so I'm not sure. Maybe it already happened. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. So Bautissimo has been accepting entries into the contest. I don't see anyone winning. Oh, there we go. Carrie Gibbons has won the Apocalyptic Pack. the SHTF pack, and the Steam soundtrack codes.
All right.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Carrie.
At Carrie Gibbons, depending on I'm not sure whether that's on YouTube or on Twitch, but if you send a direct message right now to one of our moderators, they'll tell you exactly how. Actually, they should be reaching out to you via Whisper if they haven't already. But go ahead and reach out to our State of Decay folks. Whisper them if they haven't gotten to you yet. But
yeah, if you're on YouTube and they're not really able to whisper to you, you can send an email to social@undeadlabs.com and say, hey, I'm the one who won the contest. Give things to me. Only if you're actually Carrie. We're watching the rest of you. Don't pull any nonsense.
Yes, please don't steal someone else's Christmas. All right. Let's see. Let's hope this doesn't do that again. However, just in case it does, I'm going to have my mouse ready. Boop. It did that again. Okay. No idea why. All right. So apparently I have the same hotkey for that as I do for this thing. All right. So this sweater is a little hard to see, Geoffrey. But
yeah, it's dark.
You can tell that.
So is the entire game.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
I tried to. It was speaking of nighttime in Drucker County, I tried to find the most well-lit spot that I could inside of my base. I think this is the State of Decay one. So it has the Skeagle on it.
Oh yeah, a little strip of Skeagles across the front of the.
And it's got little strips, like all of the worst, ugly holiday sweater things that you can think of in one thing, but they're all like State of Decay related icons, and so that makes them the best sweater ever.
And it also is because they're kind of subtle and they kind of, they're kind of small. It might be the most respectable sweater kind of in the group. Like it just looks like a sweater when you first glance at it, and then you look closer, you realize that it's full of silliness.
Exactly.
But, yeah. Just like actually, so Richard Fogey, when he was the design director over here, he has an entire collection of sweaters like this, where it just looks like a normal sweater, and then you look closer, and it is full of weird, geeky stuff. And so, he was actually part of the inspiration, I think, for a lot of the sweaters that we're seeing around here.
Well, and a lot of the vehicles too, right? Like the wizard van and all of that fun stuff. I think that was partially Fogey, right?
I don't remember exactly what the wizard van, but yeah, I mean, he was definitely, he loves that kind of stuff, and so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we had some influence there.
I'm confused why this is happening. I don't seem to have a hotkey set. That hotkey shouldn't be set for my own personal stuff because there's no hotkey set for that except for moving the slideshows.
Huh.
Okay.
Well, that's one of the downsides of having a really fancy, elaborate stream. Is that, you can do some amazing stuff, and then now and then something breaks.
This didn't happen yesterday. Okay. Like, damn it. All right. Maybe it's because I didn't. There was a update to OBS about.
Oh, there was just one. Yeah, that's true.
And so the fact that I didn't take it, maybe it's messing with it a little bit for some reason. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. But for now, I'm sorry you get a quick glance of my personal stream overlays. All right. So next in line. Oh, and that one just works perfectly. What? All right. So this is Spackler. He's an old agriculturalist of mine. He's here. It's not very well lit, but he's in the infirmary, as you can tell, there in the barricaded strip mall in Drucker, and he's got the blue ear, the blue cap. He's got the blue sweater, and
blue is an underappreciated Christmas color. Sort of that like silent night, night sky with the stars kind of look. Like I think there's not enough Christmas stuff that's got sort of the blue tones, but I'm glad this guy's sporting it.
No, blue is a great color, and Spackler rocks it really, really well as he's out there making sure that presenting my poorly lit heroes. I'm sorry, I didn't think about that, I guess, but I probably could have put some kind of a LUT on those for next time. Next time I do a slideshow. Anyway, sorry about that. Okay. Okay, now this guy's a little bit better lit. Now he's got the striped hat. This is Putz. You will be seeing Putz later today. Um, he's got the stripedy hat. He's got the stripedy red and green stripedy sweater, and there's something down there on his leg.
Some kind of pistol.
Some kind of a pistol. It's as black as they come until they make a deeper, darker black. Does anybody
Is that
catch
is
that
that one
reference?
of the? I that sounds actually. Oh, that sounds like something that our old producer, Aaron would say.
That's because this is actually an in-game model of her gun, if I
That's right.
remember correctly. And if I'm not, Aaron, hopefully you will correct me at some point.
No, that it definitely was. Yeah, that was modeled on Aaron's personal piece of defense apparatus.
Yeah, exactly. And so that was modeled on Aaron's stuff. Um, somebody in there had a fire poker, but I don't remember who I gave it to. But we didn't talk about
Well,
the
yeah.
fire poker just yet. However, it's the blunt weapon that's in here. Is the fire poker.
Yeah.
Although it might.
We'll definitely go through the whole list. Like before we end this stream, we'll definitely go through the whole list of all the stuff that's in the bundle up pack that you guys are going to get access to very, very soon.
And then I think I have at least one more image. There we go. And of course, the most important thing that you're going to get in this bundle up pack is the ability to stay warm. May I introduce the wood stove?
So that's a facility mod that's all about morale, right? Am I remembering that right?
It is. And so as long as you have materials inside your base, it will burn some of the those materials and keep your
and burn everyone's sadness away.
Exactly. And you can just come and stare at the fire, which I don't know if y'all have ever done that, but it's kind of therapeutic. Kind of.
Yeah. So yeah, so do we want to rattle off all the stuff that? Oh wait, unless are we at the end of the slideshow?
We are at the end of the slideshow. Yes, that is the end of that.
Okay. So to rattle off all the stuff that's coming to the bundle up pack, it's the same list as before. This is actually the first time we've gone back to an old pack without changing it. But it involves that we got the bomber hat with the State of Decay logo on it. We got a crimson bomber jacket. We got an olive green knit ear flap cap. They're all part of the outfits that are part of the bounty pack. There's the antler knife, which is a close combat weapon. The M9, which is a gun that Joe just showed off. The 1911 producer, which is the gun that we just saw that's based on Aaron's gun. The ice axe, which is our bladed weapon. The fire poker is our blunt weapon. And then the wood stove is our facility mod that comes with that pack. And like Joe was sharing before, if you log into the game between December 18th and January 2nd, outside of the bounty pack, if you log in between the 18th and the 2nd, you'll get those ugly sweaters that he's been showing off. The candy cane sweater, the blue snowflake sweater, the Decay the Halls sweater with all the SOD logos on it, the Holiday Nightmare sweater, and the Reindeer Lights sweater that is my favorite. So that is all going to be dropping. Did you want to say the date now, or we're going to save the date for the end of the stream?
Let's go ahead and say it now and later. Let's just inundate it. All right, so
that works for me.
Starting on the 16th, there will be an update available to everyone. This update will become available, and then you will have to log in between the 18th and the 2nd of January, December 18th this year, and the 2nd of January of the new year, in order to unlock all of the ugly sweaters, ugly holiday sweaters, and then of course the knit ear flap caps. So for those of you who've never seen it before, that's how you unlock it. For those of you who have seen it before, welcome back. You can now get more copies of your M9 in your producer and use all that 9mm ammo that you want. Okay.
So that is Wednesday the 16th, which is just coming right up, and it's going to be in the morning Pacific time. It's going to be like 10 o'clock in the morning Pacific time, with the usual caveats like, oh, maybe it'll be a little bit off. Somebody's got to push a button manually, so maybe it won't be precisely 10 o'clock. But that's what we're aiming for, is 10 o'clock Pacific time on Wednesday.
Shark. No, the update will be the 16th, but you will have to log in between the 18th and the 2nd to unlock.
To get the bonus stuff. Now, you can get the bounty all month. In fact, you can get the bounty until all of those bounties. You can keep getting them until we phase that pack out and replace it with something else. It'll be there for months. but those particular outfits are only available for that time window from the 18th to the 2nd.
Bear B, I'd like to address that in a bit. We can talk about it. Don't let me forget Plague Hearts by the end. Plague Hearts spawning in the same spot by the time we get to the end. But we'll come back to it. It's an issue, and I can tell you how to avoid it. Well, or at least how to expect it. Anyway, well, we might talk about that during the strategy part of the stream. I am running a little bit behind on this, so let's start getting into the strategy. So first and foremost, I want to say that if you are struggling at all with lethal, I've got 3 things.
Who would be struggling with lethal
Well,
zone?
a lot of people, but not everybody.
Okay, I'm just going to listen intently to Joe now. I've got nothing to offer.
So when it comes to strategies, first I would suggest you play a lot of Daybreak before you do any of this. You're going to be using, you're going to be gaining prestige to buy facilities, Red Talon and Clio facilities, that kind of stuff. Mostly because they are cheaper to build, materials-wise, and they are way better than the normal equivalents that take many more more things. What's the word I'm looking for? Materials to build. And so it's you don't have to loot as often or as much, and then you get better perks. So I mean, there's no reason for you not to be playing some Daybreak. Oh, go away. All right, so to play Daybreak, you're on the main menu. It's the third option down here. You go into this menu. You can find a game, but what you're looking for is you're looking to go to this unlock menu, and down in here you can see all of the weapons and explosives. But you keep going down, and you look at all of these facilities that you have unlocked. Now, the 3 that I would really suggest you not ever go without is 1, the workshop, the watchtower, and if you have enough prestige, you should probably be taking a Clio transmitter with you, just because that is sort of free backup, right? Like if you've attached that to something, it'll provide you with a way to shoot the zombies it'll help shoot the zombies around you and keep you safe, even in a lethal zone. All right, so
what exactly does that do? The Clio transmitter.
So it adds you sort of a radio command, and then what it does is you spend some prestige, and then it basically sort of acts like a sniper tower, only it's
better,
slightly better, only not as strong. I don't think it hits Juggernauts as hard as the sniper tower does. But the sniper tower, yeah, something Visit has it right. If you have a builder leader and you build that sniper tower, it's pretty useful too, and that one only costs influence. So, and it will wreck a Juggernaut. Like that sniper tower stuff is super powerful.
Yeah.
That said, all right. So once you've gone in and you've claimed victory a few times in Daybreak, which by the way now it takes a lot fewer victories in order to get more prestige. Thank you, Geoffrey.
So yeah, so for those of you who didn't catch maybe the previous streams where we talked about it, basically you can expect to get twice as much prestige, approximately twice as much prestige from any playthrough of Daybreak, and all of those rewards that Joe is showing you, that whole grid of rewards you can unlock. It used to be that you had to actually win Daybreak multiple times in order to get all of those advanced rewards, and you definitely had to go, at least make it through Wave 5 to get most of them. Now we've reduced the requirements for a lot of those, so now way more of them can be unlocked with only a Wave 3 completion, which is much easier to do even solo. Wave 5 is still hard to do solo without a bunch of people who are very experienced with Daybreak. But then a lot of the most advanced stuff is on Wave 5, but not requiring you to win and get all the way through Wave 7. The only thing that requires you to get through Wave 7 is the Clio relay. Everything else you can only get through Wave 5. And what's this? Looks like my alarm's going off. I'm betting that Megan is about to announce
another winner. Woohoo! All right, so
let's pay attention to that.
It's time for our second giveaway. It is 325. Daybreak, really quick. Let me finish off this thought. Daybreak now provides you with a bunch more stuff, and so as you can see, 1,600 just for getting through it, 100 for the first one, 150 for the second download, and then another 200 for the third download, which provides me with another 450. So once you have everything unlocked, you can get 2,050 prestige every time you play, and this is solo, right? Like if you were playing with 4 people, or even three or 4 people, uh, it would be even higher. Okay, let's get this giveaway done.
Yeah. Because Doc is the winner. Congratulations, Doc. Looks like folks in the chat are already congratulating Doc. We love you, Doc. Have some Christmas presents or holiday presents, whatever you celebrate. The presents are for that thing.
Yes, it's the end of year, and looks like YouTube. Yeah, habitual bell, no problem, man. We were glad to we were glad to get that done. It was that was not such a good look, getting that fixed. Okay, so the final video I've got to show you before we actually hop into gameplay and hopefully don't have any problem getting connected, because that never happens. Is one that I made for. All right, so who's the team that you're actually going to see today? And this is them. They're a three-person team that we're going to talk about. There are 4 survivors I'm going to talk about, but I only get to choose 3 of them because we're starting a fresh map. So here we go. Let's talk about them. All right, so without going too far, these are the first 3. Okay, we've got Nat on the left over here. You can barely see her, but she's my warlord. She's completed, as you can see in her picture, she has completed 5 legacies. She's got quite a bit of experience under her belt. She is my pathologist. She's got acrobatics, and I think hers is resourcefulness. I don't know, or maybe it's scouting. I don't know. I can't tell because I've got it down too small.
I never learned to read.
Right. Like I did. If only I could read. So Nat is my warlord, but she's also a pathologist. She's got never been sick, which that one trait gives you plus 100 resistance to plague infection. The fact that her pathology is at rank 7 gives her another plus 100 resistance to plague, meaning just right off the bat she's got 200 resistance right out of the gate. As soon as we walk in, she's probably going to be the second to last to die to plague.
And it looks like you actually intentionally put her in that position. Like you got a character who had never been sick, but and no 5th skill, and then you chose the medicine 5th skill specifically so you could double up pathology on top of never been sick. Right? That was like a strategic choice.
That is correct. Now, that took a lot of rolling. So
yeah, I'll bet.
And I don't think I was able to get all of these characters in one community. I built this stuff slowly, and I grabbed each character, legacied them out, and then put them in the pool, and then kept looking and kept looking and kept looking. Oh God, Draco's White Wolf. You've just explained the best possible thing. Unbreakable and Blood Plague Survivor in Lethal Zone. You've got your Plague Heart Killer right there, buddy. Good shot.
Those are 2 traits. Unbreakable is the one that gives you massive health boost, right? The Blood Plague Survivor makes you practically
Unbreakable is not only a massive health boost, but it's also minus 100% injury severity, meaning you don't get injured.
You just don't get injured.
Right.
Why did we do that?
I don't know. For the same reason that you made it so that there are people who can just never catch Blood Plague with the Blood Plague Survivor trait. But back to...
Wish I had someone like that in my community that I was running in my personal stream.
Something Visid points out, something really important. Even if you have the Blood Plague Survivor trait, if you use any of the Blood Plague consumables with that, it will get you infected, and then after that, you'll be there. Paul Gatto, I agree. You don't really need any of it, but it helps, right? If you're having a really tough time, it helps. So let's see. Now Nat also has the hero perk because of the fact that she's got never been sick. She's got a hero perk that gives the entire community another plus 100 infection resistance. So once we have her heroed up, just by herself, she is plus 300. She has plus 300 resistance to plague, and it's very hard to get her plagued. If you give her a crossbow and send her out, like, you don't have to kill, because of the fact that pathology also increases the drop rate for blood plague samples. And then the crossbow also increases those same numbers, the drop rate on samples. And in lethal, the drop rate on random samples is very, very low. So you can start those things. You can start with giving her a crossbow, and then you can move on and farm those samples that way. Lori is the pharmacologist who's immune to blood plague. She's my plague heart killer. And then Vong, she is a gut packer whose hero bonus is kitchen patrol, which can add another 150 plague, which adds another 150 plague resistance to your community. So when I run out into the world of Lethal Zone, if I was using just these three, Nat would be probably the second best, and she would be at plus 450 plague resistance. So it's pretty high.
Yeah, min-maxing is the best.
Yes, it is. All right, so
something Biss had pointed out that there's a hero bonus called Cleaning Charts. It's also good. It's only plus 50 infection resistance compared to these massive ones you're talking about. But every little bit helps if you're looking to build a community of people who help with that stuff. That's another one to keep an eye out.
Exactly. Let's see. So we talked about Vong, but the one that you're going to see today, his name is Eric, and he's a lichenologist who helps the team remain flexible with morning yoga. And that is his entire spiel. So we started out here in Cascade, going around.
This is just a sped up video of you playing, right? We're not actually not live. This is not the Lethal Zone where everything's at 2 times speed. You have to have twice the reflexes.
All right. So, So here we go. And then I'm gonna grab these meds here out of this bathroom just to get started. And then go claim the base and drop off all of that stuff. You're going to notice that there's some stuff, and I don't necessarily have space for it right now. Blah, 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 blah. Skippity doo-dah.
This is in Cascade Hills.
This is Cascade Hills, yes. And then I grab the meds. So I've got meds. I've got another rucksack that we just took out of there. And then this is me trying to avoid any quote-unquote imperial entanglements as we go toward the base. Lethal Zone is well known for having, say, like a feral or other thing just kind of drop out of nowhere. But
yeah, it's really common just to get a blood plague feral right off the bat in Lethal Zone. I've seen that too many times.
But we didn't get actually a blood plague feral. What we got was a blood plague bloater, which I dropped with my crossbow right there. And we come in here, we claim the base, yada yada yada. I guess we probably...
If you're starting with vanilla characters who don't have any firearms or ranged weapons of any kind, then what you want to do is get the attention of a blood plague bloater, then run like crazy away from it and let it trip and fall, or maybe go over a fence or something so it bumps into the fence. That's something that I had to do because I started my lethal game at home with all vanilla characters and was not able to pull off that move.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I'm talking over your thing.
No, that's okay, because the next thing that I want to cover is a question that came up in chat. We're going to be going back to a couple of them. One from Big Lou, one from Awesome Twitch Dude here in a minute. But Michael B, and this needs your input, Geoffrey. So it seems like using crossbow usually gets you sharpshooting as a skill. Does weapons used most affect your choices?
It does not. No. So the choices that are offered to you as your skill specialties, when you fill up the first 7 stars of a skill and you get the opportunity to choose a specialization, those specializations are initially determined by your traits, and then if we don't give you enough specializations to give you at least some kind of choice, we try to fill it in with random options. And so it has nothing to do with the weapons that you use most often. It has everything to do with the intrinsic sort of background of the character, or just luck of the draw. So there's nothing you need to do to try to make certain things happen. You just kind of have to you have to luck out that a particular character has the things you want. However, there are books out there, training manuals you can use to retrain any of those 4 core skills. If you end up having choices that aren't what you like, those training manuals unlock all 4 specializations. So you always have those options at your disposal. And I agree. I was going to go back to Awesome Twitch Dude's question. about whether those bounties. We were talking about the fact that we're unlocking a new bounty pack on the 16th, the bundle up pack, and he asked, "Will the bounties be locked for people who have already finished them?" Yeah, the way that when we bring back an old pack, the way it works is we relock all the bounties for folks, so that there's, basically so that you don't just get a bounty pack that has nothing for you to do because you've already unlocked everything. We want you to have some activities and the ability to unlock a free copy of each of those weapons again, or each of those items again if you want to. And so basically, yeah, so you get all the bounties locked again, but if you've already earned them in the past, you do get some bonus influence for completing them, which means that you get that bonus influence, which you can then spend on more bounty items at the bounty broker or on whatever else you want. So that's how that works. So yeah, so if you've already got the stuff in the bounty pack from the bundle up pack, you can expect you're still going to have some activities to do when this thing arrives. There's
All
that.
right.
And then I think you were going to answer Big Lou about the compensating suppressor versus the advanced suppressor.
Yes. So Big Lou asked about whether or not which is better, the compensating suppressor or the advanced suppressor. There are certain situations where I would say that the compensating suppressor is superior. Those situations are all at nightmare difficulty or lower. I would not go into a lethal zone without an advanced suppressor at this point, or unless you're using a crossbow as your quiet weapon. Crossbows are really, really helpful and super quiet. All right, I'm going to turn on my multiplayer, and Geoffrey, you should be able to join once we've got all of that in action here.
I'm going to look at my friends list and try to find you.
Okay.
There you go.
And then we've got another question from Albino Rhino 300. And there are no stupid questions. I'll just start off with that, Albino Rhino, just those that are not asked. Are mysterious wandering traders only available during the weekends? It used to be that they were only available Friday through Sunday. But now that was midnight Friday through Sunday, but now it's Friday through midnight Friday to midnight on Monday.
At the end of the day, Monday,
Correct.
when you're transitioning into Tuesday.
Correct. And so
yeah, it's most of the week now.
Yeah, it is the vast majority of the week now. Well, maybe not the vast majority, but more than 50%. Look at that, we got it. We are in luck.
Yes, that was incredibly quick.
We are incredibly quick at this point. Okay, I don't have.
It probably helps that I'm playing on an Xbox Series X, which means that my load time is really fast and I was able to just jump right into the game.
Well, and it doesn't hurt that I'm on an SSD on PC. So, All right, so we've only got one labor going, but as you can see, I'm upgrading my infirmary to level 2. And then at this point, you get to choose which other things you want to do, but we're going to need to go out and gather more materials before we can really do anything. I am going to want to upgrade my command center. And so upgrading to a command center 2 is going to require 15 materials and 2 labor and approximately 16 minutes. And I'm also going to want to build my Red Talon workshop, which takes 5 materials. However, I do not want to spend down to 0 just in case we get to the rollover of the day before we get back. Okay, what have we got? What have we got stowed away for Eric? All right.
We do have a question from King Pepe that I can answer while you're poking around in there, because we brought up a hero bonus that increases your infection resistance, and he asked, does the hero bonus stack with all the other things? And yes, in general, we set up most of the buffs in the game to not like multiply things or whatever, but to just add bonuses onto things so that we could make them all stack with each other. There's a very rare exception where something won't stack. Where something won't stack, but it's usually the stuff that's hidden under the surface that only we have to deal with. Most things that show up on your screen that you can see will stack up just the way you would hope they would. I think the main limit to that is we have some negative buffs, or whatever you call those, penalties, that they will start stacking, but we'll set a floor for them because we don't want them to get you into negative numbers, especially for stats that makes no sense for. So there are limits on the low end. We try to avoid limiting the high end when we can, so that you can min-max insane communities like Joe's been showing you.
And then there's also another question from Wayne behind, how to manage plague when you're playing multiplayer. So when you are playing, even when you're playing multiplayer, you have access to your locker. If the person that you're playing multiplayer with has a level 1 facility, it's going to be really difficult. If they have a level 2 facility, it should have infection therapy available to you there. Now, because I have a pathologist, it only costs me 1 plague sample to remove all of my plague infection. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to remove my plague. If I'm actually got full-blown plague, I'm still going to have to make a cure. But you'll notice that because I have a pathologist, it only requires me to use 3 plague samples in order to create a vial of plague cure. So having a pathologist, in regardless of whether or not you buy into all of the other things and the traits and all of that, having a pathologist is important, right? Hacking does not stack, Brian Menard, to the best of my knowledge. Um,
Oh yeah, that is one example. Yeah, it's like that's one very rare example where we did not have an infinite number of outpost slots to share with you. So the hacking skill that unlocks 1 outpost slot, that is a benefit you can only get 1 time per community, even if you had an entire community of hackers. Because we don't even have even if we wanted to sort of unbalance the outpost system that much, we don't have the space in the UI to show you that many outposts. So they can only give you 1.
David Ortiz says, and this is hilarious. You'll love this one, Rangatang. And
Yeah,
sorry, Geoffrey. I was
whatever.
messing around with Zombait on Lethal
I'm
Zone,
Neo, not Mr. Anderson.
right? I
Sorry,
was
what?
messing around with Zombait on Lethal Zone. Instant regret. Yes, absolutely, absolutely, 100% instant regret. I agree. All right, Geoffrey, you ready for this? We're gonna go get
Oh,
some
it just occurred to me.
materials.
We saw my alarm. We heard my alarm, and I didn't actually see who won the giveaway
Uh-oh. Oh,
most
I'm
recently.
sorry. We missed it.
Yeah, I don't think I didn't look up at the chat, and I'm not actually sure. Did we miss it?
Megan, did we do the 3rd giveaway yet?
So I'm sure they're going to tell us. They'll tell us. So we can grab that whenever they come in. There is a question. Monster Man 32 asks, Joe, do you
I
stream?
do.
And
Yes.
I can attest he streams very well. And we're going to put it like so. We can tell you now, but also anytime you can go look. If you're watching this on YouTube later on, you can look down in the description. We got links to both Joe and my personal streaming channels, which is great because for the next few weeks we're not going to be doing this show. We're taking a break for the holidays, but Joe and I are both going to be streaming on our own time. So if you still want to sort of talk to us about State of Decay, that kind of stuff, you can go check out our personal channels over the holidays.
Yes, an awesome Twitch dude is extra correct. I stream and I am sassy. Um, the problem being is that I turned down all of the sassiness for this stream. Someday I'll get to be more professional about my voice on this thing. Geoffrey, you ready? You
Yeah,
got fire. You've
I'm
got.
coming.
Tell me you got stamina items and some kind of.
I have stamina items, I have healing items, I've got a silent weapon. I do not have any fire.
Good enough.
I didn't bring
All
fire
right.
with me.
So, first rule of lethal: do not hit zombies. Do not hit zombies with your car at all. Hit them.
It used to be worse.
Yes.
I originally tuned it so that basically hitting 3 zombies would blow your car up. That was a little much, but it's not that much easier.
All right. So as you'll notice, we are actively avoiding the plague hearts to begin with. I'm going to try to wait. There's a plague heart there. It's going to be hard. It is going to be hard to avoid all the plague hearts because it's lethal zone and there are 30 something of them. Um, all right. Let's see. So who was that? Somebody said that I cut my hair. Yes, I cut my hair quite a bit, as did Geoffrey. Geoffrey also cut his hair.
Yeah. I'm no longer Mohawk guy. That used to be the name people knew me as on this stream, and I'm no longer Mohawk guy.
All right, so we've got some materials and some fuel here, so that'll be good.
Oh yeah, I can. I've got a few things that I can search too. Should I fast search,
Go ahead.
Joe? Yeah. Just some parts. Nothing too exciting here. Oh no! Oh no! I made a noise, and it's just for some booze.
Can I? Yeah, I did it.
So I'm running with a red Talon character here too, and so he's got all of his combat moves are maxed out. He can do all of the things, which is great.
Okay, so now down here, I'm pretty sure this is materials. We'll go that way.
Oh hey, the winner that we missed before, it's Vinbo Zinbo. We should call that.
Oh, Vin! Congratulations, man.
Stuff.
Geoffrey, I seem to be losing you in terms of audio.
Oh, what is happening? Check. Sound steady.
Is everybody all right? Okay.
Oh man, so, yeah. It looks like Teams is forcing my audio levels to be down at 40. I'm not sure why, but I'll make sure I talk good and loud. Oh, hi, there's a zombie attack.
Oh,
Um,
I didn't mean to bring this weapon with me on this guy. So this guy is not a red talon. You asked me to focus on non-red talon stuff, so I brought I brought Eric, who is not a red talon, but he does
so
have gunslinging, resourcefulness, acrobatics, endurance, that kind of stuff, and he's my lycanologist.
for those of you who don't know Daybreak, one of the advantages of the Red Talon folks is that their skills, their four main skills, they essentially have all of the specializations at once. So you don't really have to choose a specialization and decide, oh, this is my bladed person, this is my close combat person, this is my assault person. They get everything. And so basically, any weapon you pick up, your Red Talon operative is going to be an expert in it. By the way, we went through the bundle up pack stuff. We have not actually gone over the two bug fixes that we're shipping with this pack. When do you want to talk about those? Because we are getting towards like the fourth quarter of the stream
Let's go
here.
ahead and do it now.
Okay, let me grab those PAX notes because this is pretty important. So we actually got some questions about this first one on the last time we streamed in the Lethal Zone, which was the core game now uses the quicker, simpler cure animation from Heartland rather than the longer cure cutscene that we've become accustomed to. Everywhere except the infirmary bed. So basically, instead of having that long cutscene every time you use a cure, oh, I should get in the car with you. Rather than using that long cure cutscene every time, it'll still do a long cutscene if you're in an infirmary bed, but otherwise it's actually the really quick one where you just sort of quickly self-inject or quickly instruct someone else to self-inject the cure, and you can still walk around while you're doing it, keep moving, and the most important thing is all of the zombies around you do not despawn when you're using the new cure interaction, because this is kind of a double-edged sword, because on one hand this means you can no longer exploit the cure to make all the zombies despawn, which is a thing people could do. Won't be able to do that anymore once 23.1 launches. But on the other hand, you'll no longer be stuck in a cutscene while you're getting mauled by a feral, which was the other thing that could happen while you're using the cure. So, you've lost an exploit, but you've also lost a terrible, terrible experience. And on balance, I think it is a better curing experience. That's the first change. And then the other one, this is one that not as many people encountered, but both of these are things that they've been in the game for a while this way, but they became much more urgent once we launched the Lethal Zone. People were getting into these situations a lot more. People needing to cure their blood plague in the field became much more important in the Lethal Zone than it has been in the past, because you're going to die in 5 minutes the moment you get infected, and you're going to get infected a lot. The other one that we fixed is when an infirmary is wrecked because of a siege or because of a lack of maintenance, it now expels all of its patients. And that sounds like a bad thing, because now those people that you had been, keeping alive, with their blood plague by keeping them in the infirmary, they all get kicked out of the infirmary. But the bugged version of this that we're fixing was that infirmary would be broken, but all those people would still be stuck inside the infirmary. Like they'd be walking around your base, but in their minds and in their hearts, they believed they were still in the infirmary, and it actually made them. You couldn't switch to them. It made it much harder to manage those characters. So now they actually get booted out of the infirmary, and you got to fix the infirmary and put them back in.
All right, we're gonna go and show down this person who stole food from us.
Sweet, I'm with you.
They're
So this is one of the first missions on the sheriff's path, right?
No, this
so that's
is
why
this
we're
is a
doing it.
warlord. So
Oh, warlord, that's right.
you get these little missions, and just because you're doing a warlord doesn't mean that you're like doing the warlord legacy. These are just specific. These are missions that are like specific to your character leader type. They're not necessarily what we would call legacy missions.
Yeah, they help you sort of characterize, like, oh, who are these people? What does it mean to be this type of leader or another type of leader? To give some meaning to what you're doing.
And then so you can do this one peacefully or you can do it violently.
Which one are we doing?
We're doing peaceful.
Okay, good.
Because you're.
So I don't need to get out my massive shotgun.
No, please don't.
All right.
Not right now.
Good.
All right, so give back what you stole, and I'll let you walk out of here. All right, buddy. Thanks for the food. All right, and then he'll help us with these zombies that are coming in.
I'll just ignore those zombies. We got a question from Zoofoid, who says, I heard you get less plague hearts on your map on Lethal if you play the tutorial. Is that true? It's actually true. It's not just true on Lethal. That's true everywhere. If you play through the tutorial experience, go through Camp Osprey and everything, then yeah, you always get less plague hearts on the first map. And that's mostly just because we want brand new players to be able to get through their first experience with the game and earn their first legacy faster. And so if somebody plays through the tutorial, they always get fewer plague hearts, and that's just as true on lethal as it is anywhere else. So it's kind of up to you. That is a way that you can sort of mitigate your difficulty if you want to. If you'd like to have a version of lethal with slightly fewer plague hearts, you can decide to play on Providence Ridge, playing through the tutorial first. But the downside of that is you can only do that on Providence Ridge, and you have to play through the tutorial for the umpteenth time. So you decide what's worth it to you. That's up to you.
Okay, I need to grab a real quick something, and then we're gonna go kill this first plague heart, Geoffrey.
Allegedly, we are.
We will. You might die, but it's going down.
All right.
So
I'm here for it. Oh, Screamer. Oh,
now
I interrupted him a little bit.
Somebody had asked about strategies for dealing with ferals. I'll say right off the bat, I really love Powerhouse. The drop kick will stun them. As long as you hit with it, the drop kick will stun them, and then you can just immediately execute them. So blood ferals, yeah. Drop kick, done. Heavy weapons, hit them, just keep going. So anyway, all right.
Yeah, basically with ferals, you keep hitting them, stun them, and do as much damage to them as you can. And then when you see them leap back from you, stop what you're doing and get ready to dodge their attack.
Yes.
And that's basically the pattern, right?
There's also that. The other suggestion that I would have, if you don't have Powerhouse, or if you're just short on time, or you've got a bunch of ammo, you'll notice that most of my survivors are carrying around this Auto Howitzer. It is a 50 caliber that is only 5.5 pounds. Ferals don't tend to stay at very far away. They come running right at your face. Shoot them. Shoot them in the face. It is worth every ounce of noise that you make to not die to a feral, because you can take the one shot that it's going to take to kill that feral, and then run away. Run very, very far away from the point that you made that noise. When you can break line of sight, you're going to do great things. You'll do great things. Okay, what are we doing here? I came back for this to show you guys something. I'm going to take a few grenades and some fire, but we're not going to do it on Eric, which is why I was here in the first place. Okay, so Eric stays here. No, actually, let's do it on Eric, because no. He's almost there, and I want him to be a hero before we go much further. So we'll take Eric. All right. Geoffrey, do you remember the pre-show game plan for taking on this heart?
Absolutely.
Okay,
not.
good. Do you want me to remind you, or
Yes.
let you die?
I mean, just tell me what I need to do.
Okay. Mostly stay right on my hip while we're talking about the strategy for how we're going to take down the heart, and then we'll come down and off of the top. So, first and foremost, I like to come and kind of scout out the area, find out what there is.
I'm trying to get out of the car.
Yeah, you dropped your shotgun.
Not on purpose.
Alrighty. And you can just kick this guy to death. There you go. Alright, pick up your shotgun. Alright, we're going to open this. We're going to walk past the plague heart. We're not going to touch the plague heart yet. Don't touch this plague heart yet.
Okay.
And so we clear the rooms to make sure that the zombies are going down, which is not the case here. Now we take out the zombies and do it without killing the heart. Now you'll notice Geoffrey's done a great thing, and he has brought a heavy weapon to this fight. And especially on
hit a lot of zombies at once.
You can hit a lot of zombies at once. Plus, heavy weapons are actually the best thing to use against plague hearts. So
that's true.
The melee kills in lethal zones are much better than trying to kill things with guns. Kill these things with guns or otherwise. So we are at 355. We need to kill this heart so that we can kill the stream. All right, Geoffrey.
I'm already killing my weapon.
It's all right.
Make sure your weapon's in good repair before you do
Come
this
here,
stuff.
Geoffrey, because we are going to have to. We
Come
are
in
going
here.
to have to run, and when we run, we go up that ladder. Okay.
Oh, okay,
All
great.
right. Let me get this guy, and then. All right. Let's start wailing on this thing.
All right, here we go.
All right. Looks like our fourth. Is drone strike still a one-shot kill? No, something visited. It is not. All right.
Oh, get out, get out.
All right. I can hear a few zombies, which is no big deal. We can take out a couple of zombies. No feral spawned on this first one. We kind of got a little lucky there. It's probably because I was going so slow. Go ahead, Geoffrey. Keep on hitting it.
All right. Yeah, I saw one. There was one zombie that was. Oh crap! Oh, I got hit by it. Dang it!
And then
Didn't see the signs.
On a scale of 1 to from a scale of baby to the Terminator, how strong are the plague hearts on lethal? In terms of hit points, they're sort of they're Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator, so T800 levels of tough. Okay, so also I would highly suggest the use of smoke grenades. All right, Geoffrey, ignore the zombies. Just get in here.
Oh, because the zombies won't see us.
Correct, and we will wail on this plague heart until it's dead. There we go. So plague hearts destroyed.
That did not kill all the nearby zombies, so we need to get out of here still. Right.
Eventually, but we got time. All right, there's some stuff in there that if you want it, go ahead and take it.
Oh, the zombie grabbing you.
I got him.
There you go.
All right, anything that's left in the plague heart's yours.
Oh, thanks.
Now this is lethal, and let's see. Now you'll notice I've got 1,000 influence. It's super helpful to have outposts, especially food outposts for a small team like this. And then you can use that to gather anything else that you might want out of your locker. You could use it to repair if you had the parts. And that's pretty much how it's going to go.
So because that went so well for us, we didn't actually have to use the escape hatch you were planning. You were going to run up that ladder and get out of here with us surrounded by zombies, but then there's no zombies. So we're cool.
And I think that's probably the bigger part. It's not necessarily like stacking all of the things. I know I spent a lot of time talking about those because those things make lethal practically an easy mode. However, if you've just got enough of a plan, if you've got a plan of action, whether you're talking about taking out plague heart, whether you're talking about taking out plague ferals or juggernauts or anything like that, once you have a plan, you don't have to worry about anything else. And having a plan A is good, but having a plan B, a plan C, and a plan for getting the hell out is really, really important.
So we should mention, by the way, that that Baby Joker was the last winner. We were in the middle of a fight when my alarm went off. But yeah, Baby Joker was our final winner. So congratulations to Baby Joker. And also, I think so. We've got another couple of questions. Do we want to hit them before we go?
Let's do that, and then it's time for the sign off. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Let's get to these final questions.
Okay, so Chaka Chaka 13 says, does anyone know the answer to my question from the beginning of the stream? Has D-Bar and other missing Frosty stuff been added yet? So basically, I think what happened was there were a couple of weapons I think we talked about early on that did not actually end up making it into the Stray Frosty pack because there were certain aspects of them that were just not quite ready for prime time yet. I don't believe that adding them in is part of this new update. So if they get added in, it'll be at some future time. And then let's see here. Yeah, so actually I think that covers both of the questions that were stored up. So I think we've
got a Mr. Carlos 94. Did we answer that one?
Well, I think that he was asking the same question.
Looking for the D-Bar,
sort of the guns.
Okay, and then
and
then we already did the other ones. Okay, looks like we are all caught up.
I think we're good.
So let me make sure that we're at where we're at. Yeah. There we go. So it looks like we achieved goal number 1 in killing time, which was to make this look easy and not die with Geoffrey's help. So we did it.
It certainly felt much easier to me than when I was playing it by myself. So.
All right. So Geoffrey, any parting thoughts for the year?
Just I'm I'm so glad that over the course of this year, so much has happened with this game. We released the Juggernaut edition, and we've been doing like regular monthly updates ever since, and we just keep adding more and more things to the game. And you folks keep giving back. You know, we've had people adding to our wish list. We've had people watching these streams, asking us questions, giving us ideas, and we really appreciate just everything that you folks have been doing out there, making our job more fun and more rewarding. And so just thank you so much. So you know, on the 16th, this new pack is going to be released, or this return to an old pack is going to be released with a couple of bug fixes. From the 18th to the 2nd, you're going to get some sweaters if you haven't seen those ones before, and all that stuff is just, it's our thank you to you for making this amazing job that we get to do possible by supporting our game. So thank you.
And then I would just like to express my own gratitude. Uh, I, I I love everything that has been happening for me this year. It's been a really great year here at Undead Labs, and I'm probably going to cry a concubine, and it's largely because I love being here for you guys. I love being able to help as much as I can. Uh, but I'm just gonna say this for now, and that's you know, the end of the year is a time for family, and you know, uh, y'all are awesome, and we think of you as an important part of ours, and so keep your folks safe, keep your folks close, and we want to see you all back happy and healthy in the new year. Your survivors in game may be a different question. I want to see some deaths. I want to see some people taking on that lethal zone, no matter what. Give it a shot. But we love you guys. All right. So um, we'll see you on the other side.
See you
And
later.
with that, I think it's time for some 20 seconds of outro. Oh crap! I put some words on the end stream or end of the outro screen. Oh crap!